Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, a Manatee County couple is behind bars in connection to a murder in Palmetto. Detectives in multiple states continue to investigate the death of Palmetto resident Trisha Freeman, who has been missing since Monday. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us now live from the Palmetto Police Department with the latest details in this investigation. Erica?
Adam, this case now involves law enforcement from Florida, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Ohio. And now Trisha Freeman's daughter and her boyfriend are awaiting extradition back here to Florida. And that's after that boyfriend told investigators that he killed Freeman earlier this week in Palmetto. Investigators say the incident happened at Freeman's home in the 1800 block of 11th Street West in Palmetto. Freeman's daughter, Kayla Collier, and her boyfriend, Roy Nichols Jr., are in police custody in connection to her death. Police learned of Freeman's disappearance Wednesday after concerned friends reported her missing, claiming they hadn't heard from her since Monday night. Officials in Ashland, Kentucky found her car Thursday night and say they found blood inside the vehicle. Investigators arrested Collier and Nichols at a truck stop in West Virginia on Saturday. That's when Nichols admitted to investigators that he killed Freeman in her home on Tuesday. He says the couple transported the body in her car to another location in Florida, then traveled to Kentucky. Palmetto police says this wasn't your average missing persons case, since her most prized possessions were left without care.
The minute we got this case, we were concerned because, her dogs really were the center of her life. And in the past, if she'd been gone overnight or something, she would have contacted one of her friends to look in on the dogs, and that didn't happen.
She kept to herself. She had dogs, and she didn't bother anybody.
Coming up at 11, we'll hear more from this Palmetto community who are stunned by how everything has played out so far. Reporting live from Palmetto, I'm Erica Jackson. Adam, back to you.
All right, Erica, thank you very much. Well, tonight it is a very important dinner and a movie for one Sarasota mother. A documentary about the life of Rodney Mitchell, a black teen who was killed by Sarasota Sheriff's deputies in 2012, is premiering at the Fogartyville Community Media and Arts Center in Sarasota. Answer Suncoast is hosting that event. Mitchell's mother, Natasha Clemens, says the film is about Mitchell's life before his death and everyone's life since. The event attracting guests from other parts of the state as well.
I'm a mother of a 14-year-old black son. I think it's important that we really vocalize all lives matter, black lives matter.
Because he has a great legacy, it'll help save someone else's life.
Tuesday would have been Mitchell's birthday, and June 11th will be 5 years since his death. Some changes are in store for the Sarasota Farmers Market. Officials announcing today that part of the market will soon be relocating due to safety concerns of vendors and customers. The market, located south of Main Street on Lemon Avenue and State Street, will make a temporary move to First Street and Orange while there is construction in that previous area. The move won't happen until May 6th. The market will return to its usual location once that construction is complete. The Sarasota Farmers Market is held every Saturday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. And today would have been a great day to go to the market if only they extended that to Sundays. Let's head over to Wendy Ross and get a check on that weather tonight. Wendy?
That is a very popular place to go on a Saturday, and any place outdoors was a popular place to be today, anywhere around the Sun Coast. We had that cold front that came through early this morning, a little bit of cloud cover. Then once it passed through, we saw nothing but sunshine. Temperatures are in the 60s right now. Dew point humidity levels are moderate, and winds are still very strong with the passage of that front north-northwest at around 18 miles per hour. And you can see the temperatures right now: 66 on Longboat Key, Siesta Key 67, 68 in Venice, Sarasota and Bradenton both 67 degrees. As soon as you get away from the water, those temperatures continue to zoom on up into the 80s for some locations. We'll let you know how the work week is shaping up. Tomorrow is the first day of spring. We'll find out about the forecast for tomorrow and beyond in just a few minutes, Adam.
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. The Trump administration setting up for a big week. The FBI director is due on Capitol Hill tomorrow, and he will likely be asked about those wiretapping allegations. And of course, the House is set to vote on health care. ABC's Gloria Riviera is in Washington with more.
New calls for President Trump to say, "I'm sorry."
It never hurts to say you're sorry.
So you think the president should say he's sorry?
I think so.
It's been 15 days since Trump's explosive charge that he was the victim of an illegal wiretap ordered by President Obama. Then last week, he said the British intelligence community was involved.
And it's not just sorry to the president, but also to the UK. It doesn't hurt, and it takes away from the rest of his agenda.
So far, the White House has still offered no evidence of Trump's claim. Top members of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees haven't seen any proof either. Monday could mark the tipping point in the controversy. FBI Director James Comey will appear before Congress, possibly testifying that Trump's claim is not true.
Do you think he's prepared to address this publicly?
On the wiretapping, I hope that he will. You know, George, this will be an opportunity for us to have an open discussion about this investigation.
Healthcare also dominating headlines. The GOP Obamacare replacement bill headed to the House floor this week.
This is the plan we ran on all of last year, and we've been working with the administration hand in glove and the Senate since January to put this together.
But despite efforts from the White House to work with reluctant Republicans to change the bill, many lawmakers say it's not enough.
They're really flat out false in telling us, oh, you guys ran on this plan. None of us ran on this plan. We ran on repealing Obamacare because it doesn't work.
I simply think that it's not going to work to bring down premiums.
The current House bill, as drafted, I do not believe it will pass the Senate.
The stage now set for a showdown on Capitol Hill. Gloria Riviera, ABC News, Washington.
And also heading to Capitol Hill on Monday, Supreme Court nominee Neil Gorsuch will begin his confirmation hearings. The Secret Service under even more pressure after an announcement today that an individual drove up to a Secret Service checkpoint near the White House on Saturday night and was detained after his vehicle was determined to be suspicious. The man in the car reportedly declaring that he had a bomb. The Secret Service, however, says it will not provide any further details at this time, and there's still no word on whether there was actually an explosive in that car. The incident just hours after another security-related problem, a man detained after hopping over a bike rack barrier along the north fence of the White House. Meanwhile, here in Florida, the Constitution Revision Committee will be holding its first meeting on Monday. The 37-member panel meets every 20 years and is allowed to propose changes to the state's constitution. The commission's amendments will go before voters during the 2018 elections. If you were driving around the Bayfront in Sarasota this morning, you may have noticed thousands of people taking part in a race to and from the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. Runners taking part in the First Watch Sarasota Half Marathon and Relay.
I made a goal this year to run 13 half marathons. So this is one of my lists. This is my fourth in this year. But the location is amazing and the organization, I love it. And when I win something, it's for my kids.
And as an ambitious runner, 13 half marathons. Well, the next First Watch Sarasota Half Marathon and Relay race will take place in just about a year, March 18th of 2018. 700 people came out today to support their local animal shelter. The Pedal for Pups 5 and 10K races taking place at Nathan Benderson Park. Proceeds of that event going to support Nate's Honor Animal Rescue and in an effort to save more dogs and cats without their forever homes. But for the pet owners that wanted to bring along their furry friend for some exercise, well, there was a little something for them to do as well.
We had a dog walk, 1 mile dog walk with people with their dogs, and then we also had a 4-mile walk. All of proceeds go to our shelter to help rescue more dogs and cats. It's always nice to see a bunch of animal lovers get together.
Today's race was not the only fundraiser for animals. On Saturday, the park hosted a wagon run 5 and 10K and a free screening of The Secret Life of Pets, and all the proceeds of that event going to Southeastern Guide Dogs. A historic sailing regatta taking place on the Sun Coast this weekend. Dozens of young racers participating in the North American Championships. The kids all competing in the race for a chance to go to the world-class Bermuda Regatta in June. The racers debuting a new type of sailboat that maneuvers a little differently from what you might think of a typical sailboat in today's open bit class.
There's reaching, there's crashes. We had the Bridge of Doom, which you'll see, which is an idea I came up with, where the kids actually have to heel over and go under an obstacle, if you will. So it's kind of like bringing skateboarding and snowboarding into sailing.
2 racers from today's race will be joining 9 other children from around the nation to represent North America in Bermuda's regatta. Officials say sailing teaches young racers the importance of independence, the rules of the sea, while giving them a sense of empowerment. Still to come here on ABC 7, an emotional plea for help from the family of a missing teenage girl as a nationwide search continues for a former teacher suspected of kidnapping her. And a fire in Colorado causes thousands to be evacuated from their homes.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-297-5313. Go to consumercellular.com or visit a Target or Sears store today.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
But is it? It's really just the beginning, right? Have you written a book and want it published but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page Publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face, like copyright protection, barcodes, printing, and digital uploading. We will get your book into bookstores now. We guide you through the publishing maze and help you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right, we will digitize and place your book for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Google, offering it to millions. Don't waste another minute. Most publishers won't even look at new author submissions, but we're different. We review your book and provide you feedback in about a week. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, our team gets you into bookstores fast.
Call for your free author submission kit at 800-425-5308.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
New twists in an Amber Alert for a missing 15-year-old Tennessee girl. Police calling for the arrest of a former teacher they believe kidnapped her. The 50-year-old also facing charges for having alleged sexual contact with the teen. ABC's Scott Goldberg reports.
We are going to get her back. We're going to get her back.
Pleas and promises at a candlelight vigil for 15-year-old Elizabeth Thomas.
I want you to come home because we all love you. I want to see you again.
The Tennessee teenager has been missing for a week now. Investigators believe her former high school teacher, Tad Cummins, kidnapped her.
He stole my daughter from me. But Murray County is a big community. He didn't just steal from me. He stole from the Murray County community.
The girl's family, including her father, begging for her return. The manhunt for Cummins is now nationwide.
We have no idea where these individuals could be right now. This is a dire situation for this young girl.
Cummins was a health science teacher at Thomas's school. Investigators say he had an inappropriate relationship with the teen and may have used his role to groom Thomas to sexually exploit her. He was fired after the Amber Alert was issued. Authorities say Monday morning a friend dropped Thomas off at a restaurant in Columbia. Shortly after that, security videos show Tad Cummins filling up his SUV at a nearby gas station. By the afternoon, the two had been tracked to Decatur, Alabama. Since then, the trail has gone cold.
Let me speak directly to my husband. Tad, this is not you.
Cummins' wife is joining the effort to get Cummins to surrender and bring Elizabeth home.
Please do the right thing and turn yourself into the police and bring Beth home.
The whole community pleading for some proof that Thomas is okay.
Bring her back or allow her to call and let us know that she's okay.
Scott Goldberg, ABC News, New York.
Authorities say Cummins is carrying 2 handguns along with $4,500 in cash. They say the two may have changed their appearances since the last time that they were seen. More than 1,000 homes have been evacuated due to a massive wildfire burning in Boulder, Colorado. The blaze has burned just over 60 acres, but officials say they have made more than 1,000 calls to homeowners to evacuate and thousands more to be prepared to leave if those conditions worsen. Officials with the Boulder Office of Emergency Management say fire crews are feeling good about the progress they are making to contain the fire, but are still very concerned about stronger winds that are forecasted later in the day. Boulder County officials say the fire is being fought predominantly from the air. So far, there have been no reports of damage to homes. A SpaceX capsule is back on Earth with a full load of space station science samples. The cargo ship parachuted into the Pacific today off the Southern California coast after astronauts set it free from the International Space Station 5.5 hours earlier. The Dragon cargo ship flew to the space station a month ago from the same Florida launch pad used for NASA's Apollo moon missions, taking more than 5,000 pounds of supplies with it. So yeah, from the Apollo moon mission to now space supplies from space station.
Isn't that incredible?
Still making
Isn't
progress.
that incredible? And if they were going up tonight, we could see them with no problem. There isn't a cloud in the sky.
No,
not a cloud in the sky. Early this morning, we had a cold front come through, and you may have noticed it because we did have a little bit of cloud cover. It didn't last very long. And then once it went through, the winds picked up and the sun came out, and it's just been gorgeous out there. So let's take a look right now. You can see the cameras are still wavering just a little bit because the winds are still strong at this hour, and we are looking at that beautiful, beautiful look off towards the west, out into the Gulf of Mexico, and there is nothing but sunshine. This is what it looked like on Sarasota Bay early this afternoon, and as the day wears on, you can see it's just an absolutely picture-perfect day, and are turning into a beautiful evening as well. Today, we did get up to a high of 74 degrees, and 57 was the overnight low, so very close to normal as far as the overnights are concerned, a little cooler than normal for us. And today, all around the state of Florida, we saw temperatures in the 60s and 70s, and even some 80s, especially over the central part of the state. Orlando reporting 81 degrees. You can see several places here over the central part of the state reporting temperatures very close to 80, 82 in Punta Gorda. And all along the coastline, we were a little bit cooler because we had those northwesterly winds coming on in, and they were fairly strong today. So we had very dry air moving in behind that front. All it did was reinforce what was already on top of us. So we had the dry air, the cooler temperatures, and that's what that cold front brought back in, was more dry and also a little bit of wind. That's what we've been experiencing throughout the day, but there isn't a cloud in the sky. We don't have any rain. We're not going to see any, so if you've got plans for outdoors tonight, it's going to be another beautiful night, a great night for a beach walk. It's just going to be gorgeous out there. And you can see over the next couple of days, we're going to continue to see plenty of sunshine along the west coast of Florida, a few high, thin clouds coming in along the east coast, but the rain stays away. We may get some showers along the east coast, very spotty, light rains that could take place over the east coast of Florida, but nothing along the west coast all the way through Tuesday night. We're going to be nice and quiet. We have high pressure that's going to continue to move on in and dominate our forecast. That front moves all the way through, and we are going to continue to see this gorgeous weather for the next 24 to 48 hours. And tomorrow is the first day of spring. It's going to be slightly cooler tonight than it was the night before, but low temperatures back up into the low to mid 70s once again, and the rain chances They're back in the forecast. We're going to see those toward the latter part of this upcoming week. And as you can see, small craft need to exercise caution for tomorrow. Those winds will be coming in out of the northwest during the northeast during the morning, switch around to the northwest in the afternoon at 15 knots. Seas 2 to 4 feet with a moderate chop out on the bay and inland waters. In the Gulf water, temperature 71 degrees, the same as the air temperature is forecast to be tomorrow. And as you can see, it's the first day of spring tomorrow with a high of 73. We keep those temperatures in the low to mid 70s all the way through Wednesday, warming it up with just a chance of rain beginning on Thursday. Adam?
Now, sports.
First day of spring, but we're reaching the middle of spring training here, especially on the Sun Coast. Orioles and Pirates both at home today. The Pirates taking on the Blue Jays. Garrett Cole getting the start on the hill for Pittsburgh. Cole gave up 5 hits in this one, but his defense had his back. Alan Hansen coming up throwing from left field, and he gets the runner at home. Toronto would end up testing Hansen again. Here he is fielding this single, and once again, Hansen able to come up with a putout at home plate. Pirates themselves had plenty of offense, 16 team hits, including this RBI single from infielder Gift and Gyope, and this one ends in a rare tie, 11-11. The Orioles hosting Detroit at home today. Baltimore's offense struggling. Chris Davis scored the team's only run and was also the only batter with multiple hits. They lose 7-1. But it was quite the opposite for the Rays, who had 7 players with RBIs in an 8-0 win over Philadelphia. The Rays just 5 outs away from a perfect game in this one. 4 pitchers able to go 7 1/3 before giving up the game's first hit. In the NCAA tournament today, another top seed going down. Louisville falls to Michigan, while 2 seed Kentucky gets all they can handle from an 11 seed, the Shockers from Wichita State. And here's some games in progress right now. Michigan State down against the top seed Kansas, and Arkansas losing to North Carolina. That game still in the first half. More to come here on ABC7. Stay with us.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Attention. This is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help.
And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
I won Cash for Life from the Florida Lottery! So I get $1,000 a day every day for the rest of my life. Day 1, bought a pony, we're best buds. Day 7, this is crazy! Another day, another grand. This one's on me. Then Mom said, better save some. And another grand, share the love. I don't even play this thing, but I got a bunch. And another grand, and another grand, another grand, another grand. Let's do it again tomorrow.
With a prize of $1,000 a day for life, the new Cash for Life draw game is your ticket to a grand day every day.
Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist Jimmy Breslin has passed away. New York Daily News, his longtime employer, first reported his death. Breslin's physician says the newspaperman succumbed to pneumonia complications this morning. Breslin has been described as a force of nature. Roots honoring Chuck Berry Saturday night by performing Johnny B. Goode during their set at the second annual Bud Light Roots and Friends Jam session in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest. Chuck Berry, the rock and roll founder who defined its joy and rebellion in Johnny B. Goode and other classics, died in St. Charles County, Missouri on Saturday. He was 90 years old. Disney's remake of the cartoon classic Beauty and the Beast shattered the box office this weekend with $170 million in its debut. That left the other contenders in the top three trailing by more than $100 million. Wow. Warner Brothers action-adventure film Kong Skull Island earned an estimated $28.8 million in its second week. Not too far behind, science fiction drama Logan came in at number 3.
I cannot wait to see this. My daughter and I have a date. We have a date, Tracy. Don't you go with anybody else but me.
So that's a serious warning.
That's serious.
And we have witnesses.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.